Our panelists, probably a question or two to the author to grace us the majesty, the royalness, the wisdom, before we get a conclusion from our chair lady, who by then will have sorted her technical challenges. So, studios, Johannesburg, we are turning straight to the author, who is right here by my left. Your Royal Majesty, we are back to you. And tell us, while we wait for the questions, what are your final words at this juncture of the close of the first launch, knowing that we have thousands and dozens of launches that will come in the nearest future all over the world, as you are a man of the people, a man of culture, and leading the mantle of this very assertive and excellent piece of work? What are your very powerful words? You can take all the time. Your people are listening.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Once more, I extend my appreciation to all the followers who are presently on the Muwah Palace official Facebook page. Again, once more to the technical desk who's made this possible. More especially to the panel, who've read this book or read chapters of this book and making analysis and sharing their own wisdom today. Specifically, and much more thanks to the chairman, whom I personally have interacted with, whom I know in many other forms or shapes. He describes this book as being my own lifestyle. I describe this book as being his own lifestyle. A lot of people will agree with me and actually synchronize the things that he's done, how he carries himself, and his way, of bringing the world together. What do I want to say as my last word? I want to thank the chairlady who is going to come after this. The chairlady and the chairman, they are birds of a feather. I mean, all the speakers, all the listeners, those that spoke from different dimensions, those who spoke from the spiritual realm. I want to say that all the speakers, all the listeners, everyone following is now an ambassador of this book, an ambassador of Harmony Reigns. Harmony Reigns, one of the speakers said 12 days was a lot. They mentioned 5 days. We all agree. Our key focus is that I'm inviting you, listening to me, that will listen to me later, to join me on this journey, to join myself and the Queen on this journey, to take harmony further and ensure that it reigns supreme wherever you are. The chairman said this must start with you. It should start in the household, in the family, in the community. It must go to nations and states. I would like to see a scenario where all these ambassadors of Harmony Reign pick up the mantle, preach this message, as the chairman had mentioned, it being a sermon, a gospel, and ensure that this book gets into hands everywhere around the world, especially where there's conflict, where there will be conflict, so that we can have a better world to live for our children. I quote the chairlady, and Madame Victorine, the author, who mentioned the fact of what comes later. What do we leave as a legacy? It's not just about us. For us today, we are doing what we can, and this is exactly what we are doing to live properly. But the issues that we have grown up to hear and those that we've grown up to observe and see, our children, those that will come after them, may not experience that. I want to encourage everyone to buy this book, to buy even for communities, to buy for schools. And I want to thank all those speakers who initially had said that they will ensure that this book is promoted all over Cameroon, all over Africa, and around the world. We would like to look at this book one day, I and the Queen, I and the royal family, and say that because of our own internal introspection, we able to take this out to the world, and the world is now a better place. Thank you very much, and mostly importantly for the time that you've spent here with us. It must have been because of the deep-rooted interest, attachment that you attach to harmony. May God bless all of you, and let's all take this book to the world. Over to the chairlady. Program director, the crew at the studio, the chairman, the chairlady, and all the distinguished ladies and gentlemen who are on the list of speakers, our guests, the audience, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time this book launch finds you, because it's a global launch of Harmony Reigns in 12 days, the royal secrets to a peaceful living. I think the speakers, they've made a synopsis, a diagnosis of what we've scripted in the book. But I would just want to add that the book, if you look at it, it has a very beautiful cover. The cover is red. You see part of it, there's fire, emerging behind trees. This is an indication that most of us, we grow up in a community where we found ourselves entangled in family discords, community discords, and even at the national level. If you go around Cameroon, if you go around Africa, around the world, you continue to see discord everywhere. This is something very introspective. We've lived it. I believe you have also lived it. And I believe everyone continues to live it. And therefore, inspired by God Almighty, which I'm thanking Him for giving us, the opportunity to bring this book down. And I think our ancestors, who walked the earth before us, we stand here today to invite everyone around the world, particularly the people of Cameroon, the people of the Northwest, particularly the people of the Benin clan, that the purpose for discord was misplaced. And it's time for all of us to come together, unite, and be on the path of unity. I foresee that unity can reign in our lifetime. Unity can reign in our families, in our communities, in our nations, and everywhere around the world if we all pick up this book and begin from chapter 1. As you see the chapters of the book, chapter 1 begins with the journey into harmony. So each chapter carefully defines and crafts, causes of discord and solutions to it. And it's set up in, a familiar environment where we use names of actual people, we use actual places around Muwah Palace, around Buchi, around the Benin clan, in Cameroon, places around the world. And this did not just end there, to properly immerse myself into various experiences that happen around the world. We took some time out traveling in several places, just to see what actually causes discord, in the north as opposed to the south. And we found out that the reasons were actually very similar. And therefore, today, I invite all of you to come with me, to walk with me together. Let's make it an agenda for peace to reign supreme in our lifetime. You are all welcome to this book launch. Thank you very much.